I am currently planning a wedding with my incredible fiancé, Ryan. Ryan's mom, Kate, does not approve, to say the least. She's been pretty rude to me over the years, and I know she doesn't like me. Ryan has lowered contact a lot due to this, but I suck it up sometimes because she is his mom. We invited her for a brief visit as it is the holiday season. We're currently in the midst of wedding planning and have wedding stuff all over the house. The latest addition is this gorgeous sculpture made of white and pink roses of Cinderella's carriage. The wedding has a slight princess theme, which Kate claims is cheesy. Ryan and I went out to run some errands and left Kate home as she said she would cook dinner. When I got home, the carriage was ruined and Kate was acting weird. She said it didn't matter what happened because she knew we were going to think the worst of her and she knew her son is never going to defend her. I lost it and began crying while Ryan demanded to know what happened. Kate's boyfriend insisted it was an accident, but Kate said it didn't matter and she would pack her stuff and leave. At this point, I totally thought she did it on purpose and lost it. I screamed at her and said some hurtful things about her divorce and losing her son. Kate packed her stuff and went. Ryan then suggested we check out the security camera. So we did, and she was spinning and fell. She had been drinking a lot of wine. In the video, she immediately began crying and said we would never believe her, who would believe this was an accident after our history and that she just ruined her relationship with her son. Her boyfriend literally said, "Who cares about their stupid wedding? You're bleeding." When Ryan saw this, he called her and tried apologizing, leaving a voicemail. He asked me to do the same as it was truly an accident. I said I wasn't ready to apologize as she made it all about herself and didn't even try to tell me the truth. She was willing to ruin her relationship with her son instead of trying to be honest, and she didn't correct her boyfriend when he said, "stupid wedding." Ryan thinks I need to apologize and says he's disappointed in me. A couple family members agree and saying Kate is the victim here. "You are the idiot. Would you have believed her had she said it was an accident? Because her boyfriend said it was an accident and you didn't believe him. Your behavior was way out of line. It is a stupid wedding regarding the importance of your future mother-in-law's health versus a sculpture. Yeah, the stupid wedding comment isn't bad because he was concerned she was injured. Makes sense he didn't care about it when making sure she was okay. OP should absolutely apologize for what she said, like apologize in a really, really big way. Mother needs to learn to be a little less dramatic when crap happens while she's drinking. Disagree. Drinking excessively in someone's house and spinning in circles is not an accident. It's a dumb choice. She made a choice to drink to excess and then spin around. It wasn't intentional damage, but Kate's choices caused it. What if Kate got behind the wheel of her car and accidentally crashed into OP's house? It wasn't intentional, but she is at fault and needs to take responsibility. Kate acted like a victim when she wasn't. OP, you are not the idiot. She's the one who decided to drink that much. The accident that happened because of that decision is still her fault. Also, who starts spinning and dancing right next to a delicate wedding item? I don't truly believe this was totally an accident. I'm not sure if she meant it to go so far as to completely destroy it, but I'm sorry there was no way she wasn't being completely careless intentionally. Once it happened, she probably sobered up quick and realized the mistake, which might be why she didn't even try and defend herself. This sounds like she planned it, destroying your wedding item in such a way that she can make you the bad guy for your reaction. People who have genuine accidents explain, apologize, and offer to replace the item. They don't send their flying monkeys to blame you. My wife recently lost her job and her friend Hannah referred her to her company. My wife got the job and Hannah is set to receive the referral recruitment bonus in 3 months when my wife's trial period is up. In these cases, the right thing to do is to split the bonus with the recruited person 50-50. That's just how it is. I've never heard of someone not sharing, and I always shared when I referred somebody. However, Hannah did not offer to share the money with my wife. I told my wife she should ask her, but she didn't want to. She says that Hannah helped to get her dream job, and the monthly salary difference between this and her old job is higher than half of the bonus, so she won't ask for it. My wife got the job because they liked her on the interview and she had the right skills and not because Hannah referred her in. She did a favor by allowing Hannah to refer her instead of applying independently. Without my wife, Hannah wouldn't get any money. We're going over to Hannah's and her husband's place later today to hang out, and I'm planning to ask her about the money. My wife is saying that I'm a huge idiot for even thinking about it and looks kind of stressed about it, so I'm wondering a bit if I am the idiot. You are the idiot. Referral bonuses are not shared. If Hannah didn't refer your wife, her application would be sitting in the same pile of CVs as every other applicant. Hannah's referral means she vouched for your wife. which will have massively prioritised her in the recruitment process. If your wife passes probation, then Hannah gets a referral bonus for helping the recruitment team successfully fill a role with someone who is more of a known quantity. I sincerely hope you don't sabotage your wife's career over a trifling amount of money and keep your mouth shut at dinner. Also, the wife is still in her trial period and OP's lack of tact could cost his wife this job. Her friend could be very insulted by this, and rightfully so, which would reflect very poorly on OP's wife in her workplace interactions going forward. I feel like OP is going to be stupid and do what he wants regardless of all the advice here. Referral bonuses are taxed and not meant to be shared. If your wife's friend splits the money, then she will be paying taxes on it and your wife won't. Your wife's friend earned the bonus by recruiting. That doesn't put her in debt to your wife. Also, purposely going against your wife's wishes about this when it's her friend is a jerk move. Exactly. Does OP think that he's somehow entitled to a share of the money? I mean, I don't know how they handle their finances, but I'm pretty sure that even in the most commingled financial situations, people will hen a bit of money to themselves. Like, if someone gave me a cash gift, I wouldn't immediately share it with my husband. So I'd assume that any bonus money would just go to the wife. In which case, how is it any of OP's business whether she gets it or not? She's already said that she doesn't want it and doesn't want to ask for it. End of story. I, 22 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 23, for just under 4 years. The other day he came to my house to hang out with me. My younger brother and my dad are both sick, so I wanted to make tomato soup for them. I guess it's relevant to mention that my boyfriend hates tomatoes. Like, can't stand them in any way, shape or form. He'll pick them off his burgers, he won't eat sandwiches with tomatoes in them, etc. So, I was making the tomato soup and I asked him to taste test it for me to see if it was missing anything. He winced and asked if anybody else could taste it. He said he'd be a biased source since he really doesn't like tomatoes. I told him to get over himself, my family was sick and I needed him to pitch in. So he complained and moaned, but he tasted the soup before and after I added things, serving as my kitchen assistant. By the end of it, he looked like he wanted to puke, but I still felt like the soup was missing something, I don't know. So I asked him what he thought about it, and he told me it was great, he just didn't like it because of his own personal tastes. Something about the way he said it kind of made me snap. And I told him to get over himself again, that he needs to just be upfront about whether it was good. He shrugged and went, "Yeah, it's really good." I said, "Okay, if it's so good, why don't you eat a bowl?" And he went, "Name, I really just don't like tomatoes. I swear the soup is still good, I just don't want to eat it." I was honestly really hurt by his refusing my cooking after he saw me work really hard on it, and I guess it showed on my face because he went, "Fine, I'll eat a bowl." As we ate, I asked him if he liked it and he just went, "Yeah," with no enjoyment or emotion, and then after he ate, he said he had to go home and left. Since then, I haven't really heard from him. We usually talk on the phone or at least text a lot, but he's been super dry or non-responsive, so I kind of feel like I messed up. Am I the idiot? Wow, you are the idiot. Taste your own damn cooking. Don't force people to eat things they dislike and expect them to act like they do. You were majorly controlling and abusive. I hope he clues into this behaviour and doesn't return. You bullied the guy into taste testing, then consuming a bowl full of something he hates. What part of no means no don't you understand? Out of interest, why could you not taste test the soup while cooking it? You know he doesn't like tomatoes and you emotionally blackmailed him into being your taste tester for no reason than manipulating him into eating a whole bowl of something he doesn't like, and then demanded a heartfelt compliment. Hun, he's not talking to you because he just figured out he might be in an abusive relationship. This reads like a playbook on how to manipulate people and break them down. I love mushrooms, but my husband hates them. He goes out of his way to cook mushrooms on the side so that I can put them into things when he cooks. He loves bell peppers, I hate them. I go out of my way to cook bell peppers on the side so that he can put them into things when I cook. We both don't like tomatoes, so we don't use tomatoes. This is very basic crap that a regular loving partner would do. Why the heck would you go out of your way to make your boyfriend suffer? You're a terrible partner. You need to see a therapist. My husband, 33, Al, is the only son in his family. He's spoilt as heck by his mom and 3 sisters. The way I see it, they treat him like a royal, call him an heir and give him expensive stuff. Prince-level treatment. I didn't have an issue with it initially since they consider it showing love and appreciation, but I used to get into a lot of arguments with his mom and sisters about not making efforts to treat him the way they treat him. Basically, they claim I'm not showing the same level of respect they show him, and because of that, I got disinvited from lots of events, including Christmas. Al stances to stay out of it, and when I complained about his family disinviting me from Christmas, he said he couldn't force them to have guests they didn't want. On the morning of his flight, he slept in and didn't wake up on time. He woke up freaking out and yelling about me being petty and not waking him up before his flight after he asked me to. The reason I didn't wake him up was that I myself was asleep too. Why would I wake up early just to wake him up? His phone was away since he hates sleeping nearby electronics. He left in a rush and tried to get on another flight but failed due to the airports being packed. As a result, he missed the Christmas celebration with his family. His mom and sisters are angry, claiming I did this to get back at them and to isolate him from them. Al thinks I acted petty and vicious when I could have woken him up to go be with his family. He's still mad and claiming I ruined the holidays for him. Am I the idiot? This is not about your husband sleeping late. You're not a human alarm clock for this guy in his mid-30s. This is about your husband allowing his family to exclude you. He's treating you terribly. Why are you putting up with this? He gets 2 business cards, one for a marriage counselor and one for a divorce lawyer. He can pick who he'd like you to call. Not the idiot, OP. This dude can't even set his own alarm. Are we sure he can use his phone to call out instead of just accepting incoming calls? I'm so tired of these partners staying out of it when their mothers are being rude or isolating. Inaction is a decision, which is what they are doing is fine. He's also not staying out of it when he claims OP acted petty and vicious. He's actively taking his family's side, and his inability to stand up for his wife is also taking his family's side, like he's totally cool with them criticizing her. Not only that, but he was willing to leave OP alone on Christmas to be with them and said it ruined the holidays for him to be forced to stay with OP, his wife. He might as well go back and live with Mommy if he's holding his own wife in such contempt. OP, you deserve better than this. Marriage is supposed to be a partnership where you can rely on one another through tough times and rejoice together through good. I don't think you have either of those. You will be the idiot to yourself if you don't reevaluate this relationship. He's not a prince and you're not his servant. If he refuses to sleep near electronics, then he should make alternative arrangements for an alarm, like a rooster. LOL. Oh please, let's get this dude a rooster with a little crown. After being disinvited from family Christmas because you don't worship your husband, he should be happy that you're still married. What are you getting out of this relationship? He should be on your side in disputes with his family, not cowardly staying out of it. I live with my husband of 6 years and our kids. I have my daughter, Lily, teen, and my husband has his children, Mia, female tween, and Sean, male pre-tween. Our kids are from previous marriages. Lily's dad is a deadbeat, but Mia and Sean's mother is active in their lives. On to the story. For context, for the longest time, Mia and Sean have wanted a pet and begged my husband and me for a dog or a cat. They're total animal lovers, and they both want to be vets when they grow up. Unfortunately, getting a pet is not something we can do at the moment. My husband has talked about it a few times, and we may consider getting a small pet, such as a rat or gerbil, in the future. For Christmas, my mother-in-law got Mia and Sean a sea monkeys kit each, and they were over the moon and super excited, waiting for them to hatch. They opened these gifts on Christmas Eve because my husband's family celebrates it then. Unfortunately, on Christmas Day, while I was at work, the joys of shift work, my husband said Lily poured the contents of the plastic tanks into the toilet and flushed it. Mia and Sean were heartbroken and wouldn't stop crying. It turns out that it was a prank, and Lily kept the sea monkeys in another plastic tub in her room. She admitted she recorded Mia and Sean's reactions and was going to post it on TikTok. I made her delete the video. I honestly cannot comprehend why she'd do something like that. This is so out of character for Lily, who's normally a very kind, outgoing girl. I asked her why she did it, but she kept saying she just thought it would be funny and didn't expect Mia and Sean to become so upset. She said they're only sea monkeys anyway, and Mia and Sean are oversensitive. I thought about it for a little while and I decided on the consequences. Grounded for 2 months except for school extracurriculars. No smartphone or allowance for 1 month, and Lily will use my spare Nokia to call or text other family members or us as needed. She can use the family computer if she needs the internet for homework. Lily has to write a sincere apology letter to Mia and Sean. No video games until it's done. It might seem over the top, but this was a big deal in our household, and even after they got the sea monkeys back, Mia and Sean haven't been quite themselves. Lily obviously wasn't happy about the consequences and is doing a teenage sulk and saying I'm being unfair. She texted my dad and complained to him. My dad likes to take Lily out on shopping sprees and spoil her, and with her grounded that won't be allowed. So he called me and asked what had happened. I explained everything, and he said I'm being too harsh on his grandbaby and that what she did was only minor and I was overreacting. I told him if he wanted to see Lily he was welcome to come over, but no spoiling her with gifts like he usually does. He called me a Grinch for grounding my daughter on Christmas and not letting him treat her, then ended the call. So, am I the idiot? Not the idiot. What she did was not small. She faked cruelty to cause psychological damage to siblings younger than herself because, checks notes, she thought it would be funny? On TikTok? You are sending a clear message to her that bullying will not be tolerated. I swear TikTok is a plague. I'm assuming Lily thought it'd be funny based on what she consumes on the app. Not the idiot, but maybe monitor her social media use a little more and choose one, not all three of those punishments. Just my 2 cents. Go get her therapy, but to be perfectly honest, when a kid that age lacks empathy, there really isn't much you can do. You can see it in her reaction. If she already decided her actions were reasonable, punishment won't do much outside of teaching her that actions have consequences. The fact that she thinks that this is unreasonable says she lacks empathy and remorse, and you can't force her to feel either. Sociopathy is a spectrum, but this kid, despite popularity or whatever, has low empathy, and so does the grandfather. I'm sorry, this won't really get better, ever. Some people just don't give a crap about others.